Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a sort of open letter towards 343 about the future of Halo's campaign. Now I know I initially said that this is going to be one video that contained the future of the campaign gameplay and lore-wise, but that ended up being way too long, and I don't generally like uploading videos that are over 10 minutes unless they are story videos, so I decided to split it into two videos. So here is part 1. The future of Halo's campaign gameplay. Now, although Halo 5's campaign slightly dropped the ball lore-wise, I really feel like the gameplay sort of redeemed it. I think that Halo 5's core gameplay is fantastic. It is as good, if not, in my opinion, better than Halo 2's, and it makes the campaign a lot more replayable. The missions themselves are very diverse on each playthrough. So, for example, there are different routes you can take, different vehicles you can get in to kind of like make a certain situation play out entirely differently. Like, for example, on Sanghelios, when you go to save the Arbiter, I forgot what the mission is called, you can either take the Mantis, or you can do it on foot with the Elites, or you can take the Wraith, or you can take the Ghost, and there's loads of options, and it makes it really nice and fresh in each playthrough. However, there are definitely things that weren't in the campaign that I really would have liked to have seen, and I would really like to see in the future games. The first of these, and probably my most requested feature in the future of Halo campaigns, is actual stealth mechanics. I don't mean like, for example, Long Night of Solace in Halo Reach, where you're sort of undetected at the start, but as soon as you shoot your sniper rifle, all the Covenant hear you and zone to you. I mean actual sort of Sam Fisher Splinter Cell style stealth mechanics. Now, let me sort of set a scene for you. Imagine a mission in the next campaign where it is just Chief and Linda, you play as Chief, or Linda if it's co-op, and you're dropped in behind enemy lines, behind loads of Covenant encampments, and you have to clear them out so Osiris can move through. Imagine if you spawned with a suppressed sniper rifle. I know it sounds OP, but stay with me. A suppressed sniper rifle, and maybe a suppressed Magnum, or maybe even the Whispered Truth, and you had to remain in the shadows and take out as many of them without going loud as possible. It'd be super difficult to actually pull off stealthily, but if you stayed in the shadows and then maybe found some active camo power-up somewhere, you could do it. But obviously you do have the option of going loud as well, because I know not everybody is into stealth gameplay, but if you wanted to go loud, it would be a lot more difficult because there'd be a lot of enemies, but it would be doable. However, I think that stealth in this situation would be amazing. Imagine actually having to stay in the shadows, like an elite patrol comes past you, and you have to crouch in a bush or something, or crouch behind a rock or in the shadows to evade it. I think that would be amazing for Halo's gameplay. I know Chief is one of these sort of characters that does like to go loud, but I think it would be awesome to see him sort of in a different combat situation for both gameplay and character development as well. Now, I know that ODST's slightly whet our appetite with this, having sort of a nighttime setting and suppressed weapons, but as soon as you shot a suppressed weapon, you basically alerted the Covenant squad that you were fighting. Unless you were picking off stragglers, you basically alerted them. So I didn't really class that as true stealth, but it was almost there. The second thing I'd like to see in the next campaign is squad mechanics. I know they were in Halo 5, and they were great, but they were super basic at the same time. Enhance them. Bring them to life. Allow us to select individual members of our fire team to do a task specific to their abilities. So, for example, we could choose Linda, and we could select a sort of vantage point and say, Linda, go to this vantage point, cover us, shoot to kill. So whenever we came across any enemies, she'd snipe them. Or we could choose Kelly, so we could say, for example, Kelly, scout this area, remain undetected. So she could scout a certain area, and obviously there would be a chance that she'd get detected, but it would be fairly low, and she'd like sort of mark enemies in that area for us so we could see them on our HUD. I think it'd be great if we could sort of flesh out these mechanics more, because in Halo 5 there really is only two mechanics. There's move here or interact with this object. That is kind of it. Now, I know these things would need some balancing, as would everything that I've said so far, but I think if they could bring these sort of squad commands to life, they would be fantastic, and they would add so much replayability to the campaign, and they would also make the squad so much more dynamic than they were in Halo 5. Another thing I'd like to see return from Halo 5 is the openness and multi-directional layout of the campaign missions. I thought that was great. The ability to take different routes on each playthrough was amazing, and made each mission play differently every time you played it. That was great. Enhance it. Improve it even more. I don't really know how, but I trust you guys to find a way. Improve that more for the next game. Something that I feel has been a sort of running trend in 343's campaigns that I really don't like, and I know a lot of people don't like either, are these sort of defend this position, hold until evac arrives, deactivate these 3 beacon parts of missions that act as time fillers and act as sort of false elongators for missions to make them seem like they're longer. I really don't like these. They were also really prominent in Halo 2. We've got the infamous Oracle Elevator, which lasts for about 5 minutes, and we've also got the Quarantine Zone Gondola that lasts for like 10 minutes, and it's honestly ridiculous. A good example of this was, I think it was the mission Requiem in Halo 4, where the entire mission was going through 2 of the same areas, one after another, to deactivate beacons to let Infinity land. That was horrible. I really didn't enjoy that. Please don't let that come back for Halo 6. This false elongation of missions makes them a lot less replayable, and it makes them more boring to play in the first place, but on the second and third and fourth playthroughs, the missions are so dry and uninteresting to play. They are things that really should not return, in my opinion. Now, this next feature is massively requested, and I am a firm believer that it should come back. We need to be able to play as the Arbiter again, please, 343. That was such an amazing thing in Halo 2, in my opinion. It gave us such an interesting insight into the way that Covenant squads worked, and it was awesome to play as an elite. Please, in Halo 6, bring back the ability to play as an elite. The ending of Halo 5's campaign pretty much suggested that the Arbiter is going to play a prominent role in the next game, if not the entire game, probably just the first act, but it still suggested that he was going to play a prominent role. So why not bring the ability to play as elites back in style? Have 1 or 2 missions at the start of the campaign where you play as the Arbiter, with either a squad consisting of, I don't know, Locke, Chief, and Buck or something, or maybe even go the full way and have the ability to play as the Arbiter, and also have Artas, Ursay, and Entho. Now, please tell me if I butchered those names. I honestly don't know how to pronounce them. But they were the elites that you played alongside in Halo 3 co-op, and they're also pretty prominent among the soldiers of Sanghelios, and it would be great to have squad mechanics with elites as well as with Spartans. Ah, Marines. Their refreshing banter added so much to the original trilogy's campaigns. Please bring them back. Let us fight alongside Marines once again. In Halo 4, the Marine presence was extremely weak. In Halo 5, I know it didn't really fit the campaign, but we didn't really fight with any Marines at all. We fought with those sort of guard things on Meridian, but they weren't actual Marines. Let us fight alongside Marines again. I think it'd be quite cool to also fight alongside ODSTs again. I'm not sure what the prominence of ODSTs are in the current universe, because of obviously the Spartan 4 program taking on any applicants. But it would be really cool to fight alongside Marines again specifically. ODSTs if applicable, but definitely Marines. It'd also be pretty cool if our squad mechanics would work with the Marines and ODSTs, so we could like order them to get in a Warthog and cover us or something. That'd be awesome. My final point in this video is going to be about the diversity of races. 343, if the Flood are in Halo 6, and I really hope they are, add more Pure Forms. Pure Forms were an insanely good addition to Halo 3. They made the Flood more diverse and varied to combat. You couldn't just sort of run at them with a shotgun anymore and destroy them. You had to work tactically to take out the Rangers, or you had to work as a group to take out the tanks. It was awesome. Enhance that. Maybe bring Juggernauts in. The Juggernaut things that were cut from Halo 2, maybe bring those in as a sort of Warden-ish typed mini-boss. This is great for both the gameplay and lore. The gameplay becomes more varied, and the lore becomes more deep. It's literally the best of both worlds. Also, I'd love to see the reintroduction of other races that were not in Halo 4 and 5. For example, the Brutes. It would be awesome to see the Brutes back again. If you're going to bring them back, use the Halo 2 design. Obviously, don't make them overpowered, but in my opinion, the Halo 2 design was the best, and it's the way that I would depict them to look out of all of the different designs. Maybe bring the drones back, I don't know. My opinion, the drones would be kind of cool to fight if they were more dynamic and interesting. But definitely bring the Brutes back. The Brutes would be awesome to see. Also, introduce more races. Don't be scared to add new races. New Fringe Covenant races would be awesome to fight. Maybe, if you don't want to go that deep into the lore, just reintroduce the Halo 1 through 3 Jackals, the Rutian Jackals, I think that's how you pronounce it, Rutian, to fight alongside the Ibishan. Maybe give them a different role. That would be an awesome addition. Maybe have the Rutian as the Jackal snipers, and then have the Ibishan as the regular Jackal soldiers. That would be awesome. Okay, so that's all I've got for this video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Tell me in the comments down below if there's anything that you agree with or disagree with that I said, or if there's any gameplay elements that you think that I missed that you'd like to see in the future of Halo's campaign. And be sure to share this around on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, anything. Maybe even tweet it at a 343 employee if you agree with everything I said in this video. Thanks again for watching, guys. Next video coming out later this week will be the future of Halo's campaign based on the lore, and after that we're going to be going back to Halo theory videos, story videos, and maybe even revisiting the Loadout series that I did a while ago. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you then.